So, how have you been?
Good. Yeah. I just got my Christmas bonus from work.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I know. I was going to splurge a bit this weekend on myself and use the rest for Christmas shopping. Now it's just figuring out what to get everyone.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I mean, other than that, not too much has really been going on. Just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
How about you?
Good. Yeah, work's been fine. Just the same old. Been getting extra work lately, but, it's nothing I can't handle. Josh is sick, so I'm taking over his project, which is kind of annoying because he has this big presentation for the regional manager next week. I mean, it's just a PowerPoint, so nothing crazy, but it's kind of hard to get a hold of information. I mean, we have this weird internal database thing, but it's like the definition of malware, and it looks like it came from the 90s. Everything I need is pretty much there, but it's just so hard to use. Just today, I was sitting for 10 minutes while it loaded a graph, and it wasn't even the right one. I mean, I tried to click on the one above this one, but the thing clicked on the one below the right one and started to load the wrong one, so I tried to stop it and go back, but there's no option to, so while it's loading, I had to sit there while it loaded this one, and then when this one loaded, I clicked to go back and had to sit for another 10 minutes while it loaded back the options and get the right one, but when it loaded back, I forgot about the misclicked thing, and it started to load this other one that was right above the right one, and then I had to do the whole thing over just to get the right one. And then it worked. So, 2 wrongs did make a right. So yeah, that's kind of been a headache, but that's fine. I'm almost done with this PowerPoint anyways, so whatever. If there's anything wrong with it, Josh will probably get the blowback. I mean, if there's anything wrong with it, which there isn't. I've spent too long on this, so nothing's wrong. Everything will go smoothly, which kind of sucks in a way, because that means Josh will probably get the credit, but my boss said he'll mention my name, but I don't know if he will. I mean, he's kind of forgetful, so Josh will probably get the credit. I mean, that's not to say Josh shouldn't get any credit. He's a good employee and everything, but it's just that I'm the one doing the work for a thing that will get him noticed by the regional manager. It's not that he shouldn't get noticed, but I mean, like, I am doing all the work for this one specific thing, so I feel like I should be the one to present it. But of course, I can't present it because it was assigned to Josh, and I know they won't change it, and why would they? He's an outstanding employee. I just feel that in addition to him getting recognized, I should get something too because I'm the one who spent a week putting together this stupid thing in addition to my regular work. And I mean, it wasn't the hardest thing in the world, but it's just kind of frustrating when no one else really cares. But it's fine. It's all fine. It's fine. It's almost done now, so it's fine. Anyways, other than that, everything's been all right. In fact, I just moved into a new apartment. It's very efficient and time-saving.
Why did you sell your house?
Oh, well, see, I didn't really want to. Not too long ago, I was actually on my way back from the insurance office because my old one was too expensive, and so I wanted to switch to this other one, which was a bit cheaper. Anyways, the guy said that it wouldn't go into effect till the following day, which I thought was fine because, you know, what could happen in a single day, right? Well, the office wasn't too far away from my house, so I decided to walk. That day also happened to be windy, so I was just looking at the ground as I went. I was almost to my house when I heard someone say something along the lines of like, "Excuse me, but you'll have to find another way around. You can't come through here." I turned my head up to look at the guy, and then my gaze continued lifting into the air to see a giant pillar of smoke coming from my house. Apparently, there was something wrong with the furnace, so my entire house went up while I was gone. Everything burned up. I mean, not everything. A bag of chips and a bike tire survived, so that's good. Luckily, my new apartment only made me wait 2 weeks before moving in, so I ended up moving in with Josh from work for a bit. I mean, it was fine, and don't get me wrong, I'm very thankful, but I'm just not a big fan of this little situation in the first place anyways. It also doesn't help that Josh is a hoarder, so I ended up fighting for a spot to sleep between a car muffler and a rotting bologna sandwich. Speaking of cars, I had to actually sell mine to help cover the apartment lease, so I've been walking everywhere. It's good exercise, don't get me wrong, wrong, but it's not too fun when it's cold and rainy outside because then you get sick. So during the last few days I was staying with Josh, I was having a terrible cold and feeling awful. I should have called into work, but I couldn't since I needed more money to help cover my lease and food and stuff. Ironically enough, I had an appointment for someone to come look at my furnace a month ago, but I canceled it because I had to stay at work late for this other project I was working on. And that project eventually got scrapped because of budget constraints, so we never went anywhere with it, but that's fine. Everything's fine. But enough about my boring old life. How about you? Tell me all about you. I bet things are just peachy. Wow, I did not realize just how quiet it was in here, and how interested everyone seems in us.
They're looking over here because of you. You just got a little bit in the moment there.
I did, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, in that case, I think I'll go. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but you have been wonderful, and it has been great catching up with you, but I just realized I had some paperwork that I brought home from work, so I better get on that. Bye.